Hey, welcome to Reduce CO2 Now. I'm Thomas and this video is about our daily process to produce content. So ideally the daily process starts at least a day before, that we have the topic of the day, we have like at least a day before, maybe like a week before or something like this. So we always have like a schedule, because then some people like the graphics department can already work on them in their time. And really, the process would be ideally we decide now for the next like 5 to 7 days. Let's take a week. We take like a decision, or in this week we are going to do these topics. Like for example, we had the topic of how much CO2 is in the air. We had the topic of how much is the CO2 level rising all the time and how that it's going to be faster. How much is the global temperature increase? And so on and so on. How much was the CO2 over the prehistoric time? So we are like deciding on a topic of the day. And there's always like a topic of the day and there's like a graphic of the day. That could be like a chart, like, some charts you find on our website or on Reddit. So this is like always there should be a graphical element and there's a text, a story. And then ideally we decide these so that the people who do graphics, they can do graphics on these kind of things, and we can use these graphics then in our posts. So, but now let's come to the day. We already have like decided. This is like, or we are maybe also in that morning meeting we are deciding, okay, the plan was to have that post of the day, let's say the global temperature increase. That was like the plan. Are we going to stick to it, or is there any alternative which is coming from maybe something which happened quite recently, like a fire somewhere or like a natural disaster or anything which we want to use? So that's like the first question. Are we going to stick to our plan and take this, what is like really the topic of the day? So now our task is, we have something like 14 different languages so far. And we have we have like 40 different Reddits on Reddit. So that's a text-based forum basically. Then we have like Facebook pages. We have one Facebook group. We have 5 on Twitter, X. And there's also some, of course, there's one on LinkedIn in English. And then there's also some in TikTok and Instagram. So, and with all these channels, we want to produce at least one post every day. So that these channels are active. We want to produce at least one post every day. And of course, like as Reddit, a lot of people can contribute. We can make at least one post of the organization, and other people can contribute as well. So you can, if you design a nice graphics, just like take the same text and put it out again. If you are like, a native speaker of any of these languages, go and do something and comment or make your own article there. That's all possible. But the streamlined process of us is start with, we have a topic of the day, we decide, okay, we keep this topic of the day, and we have already decided that's like the graphics we want to use, and we have maybe alternative graphics as well. So what we do then is we have a prompt for AI, for ChatGPT. And the prompt is really like saying something like, okay, we do this kind of process every day, and the topic of the day is blah, blah, blah. That's like the global temperature increase. This is a diagram. So we send the diagram as well in, like the link to it. And then we just like give an introduction of what it's saying, and that for example, from the 1960 onwards, the temperature was rising, and now it's even rising ever faster, and stuff like this. So that's like the input to the prompt. And then the prompt is very detailed, saying, hey, okay, make us one post for LinkedIn, because in English, and this is like our company page, always adjust to the languages in the way you speak and, to the audience of that platform. So like LinkedIn, you are like doing a different post than on Reddit. Then we make on Reddit in English, we tell it how we want to have a more detailed post on Reddit in English, because it's our main channel. There's like a little bit more information there. So, and then the other ones, they are more like catchy, like on Twitter, they are usually shortest because it's like a shorter thing. And then on the other ones, we also can say, hey, we want to use Spanish language, yeah, of course, but we want to have it not Spanish in Spain, but we want to have it Spanish like spoken in Latin America. Or we want to have Portuguese like in Brazil. Or we want to have Arabic like in, for example, Egypt, and we want to have an informal version of Arabic, not so formal. And so on. So we give all this information to the prompt, and then we just load this up, let it go. And now the nice feature is that we do this in the meeting, so that everybody can see how it works. And then we are dividing who's going to post what, because now we have something like 50 or so 40 to 50 channels to fill, and it's always like you take this graphic and you just copy the text from ChatGPT and put it there. So if we are like several people, that doesn't really take that long. Okay, that's like the whole process. We're just filling out the thing, and we're doing this in the morning meeting. Okay, so and now it's like we can use this and put this image together with the text out to all these different platforms. And that works very well for X, for Facebook groups, for Facebook pages, for Reddit, and so on. That's really cool. That's like their basics. But now we also have like Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. And they are video-based, basically. On Instagram, we can also do it like we can post the image and we can send the text. That's cool. That also works on TikTok. So nowadays you can also like on TikTok, you just make an image and put the text. So, and you can also like this way, we can at least have one item on a TikTok channel. Good. But basically these platforms, people are looking for videos. And now it's really like, we take Canva, and on Canva we have already, one version of the video, or we're taking different versions from a previous video, just make a copy. And then there's like the first page is like an introduction to the topic. It's just like, what are we going to put in here? It's like just a little bit text. Then there's like on the second page, maybe there's about the consequences or the history. And then there's like this diagram or this information actually shown. And then there's like a call to action and then other stuff about us, which might not be really changing. So we just like take this Canva thing, we copy it for the topic of the day, and then just by, very quickly, we also produce the video, because this Canva thing really looks nice. There's like a background which is moving, and you have like, it makes a very nice video in a very short time. It maybe takes about, 5 minutes or so to actually make the video, if you're really knowing what how to do on Canva. But then it's like you're downloading it, and when you have downloaded it, you are uploading it to the platforms and have to distribute it somehow. So the downloading stuff is actually the most time consuming. Actually producing the video, not so much. And now also like when we have people who say, okay, that will be, the text in this thing will be basically English, but hey, you can take this topic of the day thing, and now you can put it with your own language, but we want to have this done, of course, by native speakers, not by, we can also like take the English video and, post it in a group where we assume, for example, if you do this in Hindi, we assume that most people in Hindi also speak English. So we make the Hindi text post to the video, and we can use the English video and don't really make a Hindi version. But that's not always the case, and it really depends on the person who is then managing the channel to take this and also do localized version in their language. And then of course they can change the video as much as they want, and then they can just like produce a video every day and download it and put it out on Canva, put it out on the channel and post it. So that's basically how the whole process works. Right now we're going to make changes, of course, and it's really, really simple. So we want to have like lots and lots of people who are able to post, like on Reddit. That's no problem, because everybody already can post on a Reddit channel. In a Facebook group, you can do this. You just need to be a member of the Facebook group. In an X group, what we use, you can also become member of that group. And of course, on the Facebook page, you just need to tell us who you are, then we make you an administrator so you can post there. And also like when you speak a language on a good level, that you can like decide, okay, that there's something wrong in the language, or this post has to be changed. We can make you a moderator, of course, as well, that when you speak a language, it's our intention that you are also a moderator on these groups, so that you can change and take care that the quality of these posts is really good. Because, hey, the machine also makes mistakes. So, thank you very much for watching. Please follow the channel.